This is Nicholas Bauer here. I wanted to take this video to introduce you guys to something that's going to be completely new that you haven't seen before. It's never been used. It was something that I had come up with specifically in response to the issues that we had during the 73rd session, being the 2019-2020 session. That was actually my senior year. I believe we had discussed at some point, myself, Mr. Gardner, Ms. Oliveira, had discussed that in the future versions of the platform, if it was going to go digital, we needed a way for you guys as state coordinators to be able to approve legislation before it actually makes it to the website. So that's going to be under step 4, being the approving submitted legislation. As always, if you go to users and after you've logged in, you can click on the state coordinator dashboard here and then just head right on to number 4 for this video is going to be approving submitted legislation. So before a bill is going to be visible on our website, it needs your approval. I'm going to walk you through the steps here because obviously it's something very new. I'm even going to go ahead and I'm going to split screen when this happens, but the very first step is going to be to navigate to the submitted bill approval portal. So let me go ahead and I'm going to open that in a new window, and then what I'll do here is I will split screen my screen so that you can see both at the same time and we can go through the steps here. So the next step is that you want to make sure that you're looking in the appropriate chamber. So for this video, I'm going to go down and go in the Senate because I know I have an example there already for you. And for this one, we're going to be looking at Bill number 4. So Bill number 4 is an act to provide and require school resource officers in Rhode Island schools. This was actually a bill I wrote for last year's session, but you notice that it's Bill 4, and all of this information in gray, like I've discussed already, is imported from somewhere else, meaning you cannot edit anything in gray. It's being pulled from somewhere else just so that it's easier for you to view it and make your decision. So you would be able to, and I'm going to just make this bigger so you can see everything here. If you notice, you get all of the information about the bill, the party, the delegation, the author, the title, and the number. Usually there'd be a committee here, but I didn't assign one to it yet. And you'll notice under submitted bill, it's column letter G. Right there is actually the file. So you can go ahead, and I went fast there, so I'll do it again. But if you click into this cell, you can actually just go right there and click this link. And that opens the bill that was submitted to you. You can go up, you can see the entire bill itself, and you can go through it. And I think, then you can make those determinations on whether you think the bill is appropriate or not. If you got something that's god awful, morally wise, or stuff that we just can't have going on in the program, or if it's something that right off the bat you're noticing that there's a lot of ideas in here and like it's lacking something such as these citations down at the bottom, that's when you can make the appropriate decision. So if you can review the bill, and after you've made your determination, you can go ahead and close this out, come back here. There are 3 different options for you to choose from. You can approve the bill and publish it to our website. You can deny the bill and it will say it's denied on our website. Or let's say that you had looked at this bill here and you thought the idea was very similar to something you had just read in the news lately and didn't see this annotation down at this footnote down at the bottom giving proper credit. You could actually come into here and list its status as pending, and by listing it as pending on our website, when the bill author goes to see if their bill was approved or not, they'll actually get a message that says they need to contact you about a possible issue you have in the bill. So you guys are more than welcome, obviously, if you wanted to go ahead and contact the author yourselves. But I think what's best is by doing it this way, then the delegation advisor can have a talk with their student about it, and then once they're both on the same page, and they might be able to fix some issues before you need to even get involved. So, really it should be on the student and the advisor to work out any issues in the bill before they come to you with it. So what I had in mind was if we use the present case of this example here, let's say that it was missing this annotated from the Seattle City Council. Well, my advisor happens to be Ms. Bedard. She could have come to me or rather I could have gone to her and said, hey, Ms. Bedard, I see that my bill was listed as pending status and I needed to contact the state coordinators. What should I do about it? And, she could say to me, well, Nick, is there anything in the bill that possibly raises some credibility issues? Maybe you forgot to put a works cited page or some citations in, and I can say to her, oh, you know what, you're absolutely right. I forgot to include my works cited page. That's probably what it's about. Then Ms. Bedard can email you guys being the advisor, and she can say, hey, we're thinking that he possibly missed a works cited page. Is this what's going on? And then if that was, you guys are more than welcome to say, yep, we'll go ahead and delete this bill and then resubmit it once it's fixed. Or if it was another issue, then you guys can address it with them. But I think the biggest thing I was trying to accomplish with doing the system in this way is because there needs to be a lot more communication happening between student and advisor and state coordinator, and that was clearly lacking last year. I think the biggest lesson I learned from dealing with everything that happened in that 73rd session was there's not enough communication going on. So this was specifically designed in this way so that there is a very open channel of communication, that we're encouraging communication between a student, their advisor, and then between the advisor and the state coordinator. So pending status is that declined. Obviously, at that point, if they see it's declined, then they're just going to have to email you. The biggest difference between denying a bill and approving a bill is the idea to say, okay, this bill is on its way to being publishable, but we have some yellow flags, and a denied is just, there is content in this bill that is completely inappropriate for the program and shouldn't be there. And then obviously approved is self-explanatory, just means, it's great, let's get that up on the website. So that is the bill approval portal. I will go over in another video how to delete a bill. So let's say that this bill needed to be replaced with an updated version. I'm going to go over how to do that in another video for you guys, but I think that's kind of a segue here. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next episode.